Andi's a pretty smart girl, so I thought tonight would be the night that Nick went home. But sadly, I was wrong. What's up with that, Andi? Hey guys, and welcome back to Kellie TV. So the guys and Andi are in Brussels for this episode, and as always, there was lots and lots of drama, and we know now how the guys feel about one contestant. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Nick. So the first one-on-one goes to Marcus, and I really don't know how I feel about him because he doesn't seem to be a front runner to me, even though we know that Andi likes him. I don't know, I'm just not crazy about him, but I think he's a good-looking guy, and I think he's okay overall, but I'm just, like I said, I'm not totally nuts about him. He did talk to Andi about his family and how he would like her to come and visit them and how he had some difficulties when his dad left. And he also tells Andi that he loves her, which you're going to hear a lot of in this episode. Seems like everyone loves her, which I guess if you don't, then you're probably not going to get the rose. So Josh gets another one-on-one, and this makes the other guys very upset because he's had a lot of alone time with Andi. But do you want to know why I think that she really likes Josh? It's because he is the one who plays hardest to get, and most girls, gotta be honest here, want a guy who is a challenge and who's hard to get, and so I can really see why Andi likes him. So then we go to this ridiculous scene where Nick goes up to the hotel front desk and tells this story that Andi's his wife and he forgot his room number and he forgot their key, and then they give him the key, and I'm like, hello, this is totally staged because for safety reasons, hotels just don't give random people keys because you say that you're related to them or married to them. So it was really cheesy, and he also smiled the whole time that he was asking, so it was like he felt weird about whatever the producers asked him to do. We could have done without that. But anyway, this whole plot was to go up to Andi's room and get some one-on-one time that really wasn't permitted, and they even went out on the town, and Nick just has a way with Andi, and she really buys into everything he's saying, even though a lot of guys and a lot of viewers do not feel the same way. She really likes him, and you know, the weird scheme to break into her room essentially paid off for him, which I think is kind of creepy, but she seemed to like it. So she has her date with Josh, and she's saying that she's really worried that he's going to break her heart because he's kind of been aloof through this whole thing, and he's not been telling her, you know, how he really feels about her. And we all know that he totally hates the group dates, which she talks about, and he tells her that he wants her to trust him. And then finally, he tells her that he is falling in love with her, and that makes her super happy, and it pretty much ensures that he's going to get a rose and that we're going to meet his family. So it's time for the group date, and it was a really cool one because they were on rail bikes, and I've never seen those before, so I thought that was really cool. There is a rose on this date, the only rose of the episode, so it's a pretty big deal. And they're all telling her that they love her, which is okay, I guess, if that's the truth. I don't know. But who got the rose really makes everyone mad, especially the viewers, and that was Mr. Nick in his super cute scarf. And I mean that sarcastically. So everyone over at Beamley in the Bachelorette room was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? I cannot believe you gave Nick the rose, Andi. And if you've never been to Beamley, then you really need to join us, especially as The Bachelorette is just getting better and better, and with next week having the hometown visits. So Beamley is a free app, and you can come to the room and chat about the show while it's on live with everyone else who loves the show. And as always, we had another great time tonight. So the guys are super mad that Nick is getting this rose. They feel like he gets special treatment when he's just not sincere. So when he gets back, they seriously confront him, and they're like, you dude, you're fake. You've researched all the old seasons. You have strategies and ulterior motives. And I was asking the guys in Beamley, the guys and girls, and I was like, what do you think his strategy is? Most people think it's just he wants to get famous. The guys were even saying on the show that they don't even think he wants to be with Andi. Now he cries and everything else, so he seems pretty sincere to me, and it looks like from the previews for next week he was like crying to his mom and saying he was in love, so maybe you have a future in acting if this is not sincere, because really it's pretty much believable. So it is time for the final 3 people to get a rose because we're only going to have 4 hometown visits. So I had been telling the guys in Beamley that Dylan for sure was going home. I mean, even near the end when they had some time alone together before the rose ceremony, she was totally blowing him off and acted like she didn't care, and he just wasn't a strong candidate. So Dylan goes home, and the other one I thought possibly it was going to be either Chris or Brian, and it ended up being Brian. And I really felt bad for Brian and Dylan because they seemed very upset, very genuine about their feelings for Andi. And it's always sad when we get this close to the final episode when people have to go home who've, you know, really fallen in love with this person, who in this case is Andi. So, did you see the previews for next week? Because I'm so excited, and I saw Chris tell her something about being a homemaker, and she was like, what? And apparently he lives in a small town, and I'm excited to see Josh's family and Marcus's family, and Nick, whatever. I mean, yeah, we'll see his family too. So, who do you guys think is going to win it all? I would love to hear your thoughts below, and I just cannot wait for the hometowns, because to me that is like one of the very best parts of the show. So thank you again for watching Kellie TV, and I will see you next time.